Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to TekTopia. I hope you guys are all having a great day. I myself am feeling pretty good, but to catch up on what we did last episode, we built the barracks and we built some bridges, one of which, as well as the barracks, you can actually see behind me over there. If we just take a flight in first person, that is, I can show you the build in case you missed it, but do go back and watch the episode. I think it was a good one. So we have the barracks where the guards are staying, as well as a shooting range out the back, because this is an elven village. They need to be good at shooting. Have I gotten better with the bow? Is it gonna hit? Oh! What? I'm a little bit shocked that that actually made it. Wow, okay, what a way to start the episode. That was honestly frighteningly good. Definitely luck though. Anyway, after that exciting introduction, let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. So, the very first thing we need to do, actually probably straight off the bat here, is hand out some more guard tokens because we bought, or I guess handed out, we didn't really buy the villagers. We bought the tokens to give the villagers. But yeah, we have 6 more to hand out today, and I see 2 nomads walking into town already, so I guess why not? We might as well give it to them. We're not really looking for anything super specific, so if you guys down here, Stephanie? Nope, just Steffi, you can become a village guard, go get yourself some armor, and Daniela, you can become one as well. Already, 2 new villagers right off the bat of the episode. There is Daniela or Steffi, not sure which one. Steffi, thank you for the salute. Daniela must still be in bed in the barracks, but I will be sure to hand out the rest of these guard tokens throughout the rest of the episode. But that probably is the only villagers we are actually going to be getting today, and let me explain why that is, because we're probably ready to actually get some like farmers maybe, or a couple of lumberjacks, but every single time we start a new village in TekTopia, I try to do it in a little bit of a different way. I don't want to do like the same order of building construction every single time round, because, you know, we could just do very simply the town hall and the storage, get some farmland, plant some trees, get some lumberjacks and farmers, set up the mines, and do the later buildings, you know, further on, like the barracks and the library, which is the main thing we are going to be building today. So my thinking is, for a while, at least this episode, maybe the next one as well, the only villagers we have are actually just going to be the guards. And because we are building the library today, that will allow them to level up their intelligence, which will then further their progression as a guard, making them nice and strong before we actually get any villagers. Because as you can see at the moment, Daniela here, only 12 intelligence. If we didn't have the library, she's only really going to get up to 12 levels as a guard, which isn't that great. So my thinking is, you know, while we just have the villagers here as guards only, we can build the library, let them level up some, and then by the time we start adding in some of the farmers that can't really defend themselves, these guys should be higher level and be able to help out a bit better. Plus, because they're guards, they sleep in the day sometimes, I should actually be able to skip the night fairly frequently. Although maybe I shouldn't at the same time, since they're going to be, you know, needing to fight monsters to actually level up, so yeah, we're not going to be getting any other villagers just yet. Maybe next episode, maybe the one after. But yeah, I just want to change it up each time we do a new village. You know, I don't just want to do the same thing over and over and over again in the same order. Otherwise, it's going to get real boring real quick. So really, today's episode is mainly going to consist of building once again, so hopefully you guys don't mind that. I'm guessing you don't, considering that's the main aspect of this series, but yes, not going to be getting any villagers, just really doing building. Obviously, one of which is going to be the Grand Library. It's a really big build, very excited to show you guys that one. I might do some farmland possibly. I'm thinking maybe over here would be like a nice spot for it, possibly add in the bridge leading up to this area, because I forgot to do that a couple of episodes ago, and also messing around with our end crystal up there at the top of the shrine where we have our base, because I've received some really good feedback from you guys and got some cool ideas, so we'll definitely be doing something with that today to make this look a little bit better. But yeah, before we continue on with the episode, I actually need to just check the time real quick. Aha, yes, just as I thought. That's the time lapse time. It's time for a time lapse, but we're gonna go build the library. I've said this before, and I'll say it again, I always underestimate how long things are going to take in this game. Since the last time we spoke, before the time lapse, it's been probably about 6 hours, maybe more. Obviously, I haven't been playing straight for 6 hours, but yeah, I had to do a lot of stuff for that time lapse. Obviously, the build itself is pretty massive. That took a hefty amount of time to actually build, as well as the interior, which we'll go check out a bit better in just a second, but yeah, also a lot of resource collecting and all of this stuff. It is just taking me quite a while to build this library, but hopefully it's worth it. I think it's actually really quite cool looking. The builds just keep getting bigger as these episodes are going on. The town hall looks puny now compared to this thing, because we built this in the second episode in the new village here. A bit bigger with the storage room over there. Then we one-up that with the barracks, and then the grand library over here is just massive. It's absolutely huge. I hope it is able to become a valid structure. I think it's okay. I don't think it's too big. I guess we'll find out and hopefully not be very disappointed. But yeah, it's a cool looking build. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I probably won't go much bigger with this because, yeah, that is pushing it. We're going to run out of room if I do all the builds this big. Plus run out of time because, yeah, as I said, it's taking me a while to put this together. But you may notice there's a few more blocks in this build I've added into our palette here. One is white terracotta. I think that goes quite nicely. 2 is bricks, and 3 is end rods. And I think I'm actually going to get some end rods and kind of just add them in very sporadically to the rest of the builds, because I think it's quite nice just kind of seeing them in little directions or little areas here and there. Not going too overboard, but yeah, just dotted in. I think it looks quite nice. So yeah, new blocks into our palette, always good. If you got any ideas for other blocks we could add in, guys, of course, let me know as always. I have had some suggestions actually from you guys, which I think is actually really quite clever. And I'm thinking whether I want to do it or not, is to have some different color roofs. Now, I probably won't do like a red or a green roof, but maybe we could do like light blue and magenta and purple and pink and have all these colors similar on the color wheel next to each other. So obviously, you know, sticking with the same wall, concrete and concrete powder, but just varying colors. As I said, gonna have to decide that soon before I do any other buildings, but yeah, something I am thinking about just to change this place up a bit and make it a bit more interesting. Anyway, let's head inside, shall we? Because, as always with interior time lapses, it's pretty difficult to see what the build actually looks like in whole. So, the very first thing you'll notice when we walk in here is there are a lot of bookshelves, and you're probably wondering how did I get my hands on all of that leather? Well, the first thing I did was actually set up a cow farm just beside my sheep farm, but that was a little bit slow, so I kind of gave up on that very quickly, and I instead decided to take a trip to my nearest stronghold to see if I could raid the book room, the library, for some books, but I already did that, so I left very disappointed, and then I ended up just killing cows with my looting sword for a very long time. I ended up slaying probably hundreds, honestly. This is the amount of loot I got from all of that, and yeah, this is just under 2 stacks of bookshelves. I always need loads because I go way over the top with the bookshelves in the library, but I think you just gotta, you know, go for it if you want it to look good. Like, all of these down here are the only ones that actually matter for the villagers, but it would look weird if I only did 1 level, so I like stacking them high. They're just such an expensive block to make. But yeah, that's how I got my hands on all of that. So yeah, this is how we're looking. We kind of got like these corridors going down here, and I really like this hole in the bookshelf. I think that's pretty cool too. Some tables for some like group reading, or if you want to take a book and just go sit somewhere, you can do that. A solo table and one over there as well. And yeah, nice little book corner over here. Lots of paintings on display. Trying to smooth out the roof as best I can. And I also really like these chandeliers. It's super simple. It's literally just these spruce fences with some end rods. But I think looks nice. It's definitely got to do with the shimmer of the end rods. That is a wonderful particle effect right there. But yeah, this is what the I nearly called them students then, no, villagers will be using down here. They obviously won't be able to access this tower, but I can in fact climb this ladder and then go all the way up the staircase to the very top if I want a good point of view from the village. Which, honestly, isn't that great because I can't really have a balcony over on this side because the rest of the roof is like right there. But I mean, we got a good view of the sheep and the cows, which I guess is better than nothing, right? You may also notice there are quite a few more guards walking around, and that is because I handed out the rest of the tokens, so we now have 10 in total. And just so you can meet the new guards, their names are Kasaki Phoenix, Amory Valor, Tavern Base, and Rosalind Redraven. Very cool names, especially Rosalind Redraven. I really like that one. Is it you? No, you're Daenerys, right? That's who I confused her for, but yeah, really cool. We got all the guards now, and I think we should maybe go and purchase this token, and yeah, get them set up with some intelligence levels, because yeah, they're pretty stupid right now. No offense, Marcus, but you could do with reading a book sometime. 42 emeralds is the price of the library, which it... Excuse me? You don't want me purchasing that token? Oh, there you are. Hello, welcome back. Can I click on you, please? Give me a second. Well, what I was saying is it's a very good price considering how early we're getting this. Usually the library is much more expensive because I get it later on. But there we go. There's the library. Let me run up to my shrine base real quick and grab an item frame. And then we can pray that that is in fact a valid structure. If it's not, I don't know what I'm going to do. Good morning, rise and shine. Now we pray to the heavens above that this actually works. I'm a bit scared, I'm not sure what the requirements are. I don't think I've gone over the top, but let's place the item frame down and... Oh, that took a bit of a longer time than I wanted, but there we go, it's shiny, it's a valid structure. In case you're not sure what I'm on about, basically a building can only be so big in TekTopia, height-wise as well as just general size. I think the size is okay, but the height is... I'm not sure exactly. I'll put it on the screen. I can't go taller than that, so I may have to make some fake ceilings if we end up building any of these roofs higher than they already are. But yeah, that is awesome. The library is up and running. Go get smart, guards, and then you can become stronger, better, faster, stronger. How does that song go? I'm not sure, but yeah. Go read that book, Marcus. Go right ahead. I'm going to keep an eye on my guards here to see if any of them actually walk inside of the library, because right now it's very empty. The barracks is very full. Some are sleeping, some are sitting, and yeah, others are on patrol. But I'll keep an eye out and see if any of them actually go inside and just make sure it's all working very well. We'll keep our fingers crossed, but in the meantime, let's do some work on our shrine up there with that crystal in particular. So 2 episodes ago, in episode 52, hopefully I've got that order right, I asked you guys how we could make this crystal look a bit more magical, because it seems kind of out of place at the moment, just floating there with nothing around. And I got some really good ideas, one of which was suggested a lot, by the way, was to add a beacon going right up through the middle. That would definitely look pretty cool, honestly, if we just had that beam going straight through the center. The only trouble is I use this beacon because it's my only one in this world quite a lot, and I'm like always moving it around, you know, for the haste, or usually haste if I need to dig out an area. So it wouldn't be permanent unless I got like another beacon, but then I'd rather have that somewhere else probably. So although it's a very cool idea, I'm not going to be doing it just because, yeah, that's my only beacon and I use it for other things. I did, however, see a comment by a few people who suggested I add in glass panes kind of surrounding that, and that may seem weird to you. Why would you add in glass panes? They're a window. That would look strange. Yes, it would if we connected them to a block when it goes like that, but if we just have it by itself, not connecting to anything, we get this just weird, I don't know why it does this, but yeah, this is what a glass pane looks like when it's not connected to anything. If we add a few of them in, maybe with varying colors, probably cyan, magenta, purple, that sort of stuff, kind of surrounding that, I think it could look pretty cool. So I'm going to have a mess around, see if I can do anything that looks pretty good. Might add in a couple of end rods to light it up. But yeah, fingers crossed I don't explode the whole thing. That would be kind of tragic. But as long as I don't punch, which I'll try to stop myself, should be all good. Yep, that is definitely an improvement. I really wish we could make the glass panes do something somehow and not be so static, but for the most part that is probably as good as we're gonna get. Haven't seen it at daytime, however. Nighttime looks great because of that dark background, but the sky is changing colour just in time. The colours are slowly starting to fade. You can really only see the end rods and the white from a distance, but that's just because we got a blue background and the colours blend in a bit easier than the white does. But yeah, I would still say that is still better than what it was before. Oh no, I have a sad guard. What's wrong with you, Soraya? Oh, 10 happiness. What happened that made you so sad? I guess I have been sleeping through the night quite a lot. I didn't think that was going to affect the guards, but then I guess anybody that is on the night shift, no wait, on the day shift and sleeping through the night, if they don't get a good night's sleep, then yeah, they're going to be sad. So gonna have to stop doing that at some point. It's just a little bit hectic at night time when you don't sleep it through because mobs are everywhere. But yeah, hopefully it'll be okay. I don't know, we'll just have to maybe watch over them at night time, or find another way to provide happiness. Tavern, chef food, there's many ways to go about it. I could probably get away with sleeping quite a lot. But anyway, I think what we're gonna do now is start work on this area over here. So my plan is to have the farmland, at least part of it. I'll probably do it in several locations, but at least maybe one crop or all of them in a small area is going to go somewhere over here, just beside the cliff face. I'm thinking we also put the mine in here somewhere. So yeah, going to make this area into a crop field somehow. Probably going to have to do some terraforming before I actually start tilling the land. And I would also like to try and weave my way up a pathway to get from this level up to there, because right now they kind of have to clamber up the hill, which they could do very easily, but doesn't look particularly good. So yeah, if I can, I'd like to add in some sort of staircase. Whilst we do this building in the background, I just want to talk to you guys about future villages in this series. So I have a great big long list of village types that I would like to get to at some point or another, and I'm always adding things onto that list when I get them suggested from you guys in the comments or on Twitter or on Discord or in the streams. If I like the idea of it, I add it to the list. And there are two suggestions that I've been getting quite a lot recently, which I don't think are going to be all that possible with TekTopia and the current version of Minecraft we're in, 1.12. So I may do these at some point or another. I'm just not really in a rush to do them because I think they'd be very difficult. So let me explain. The first one is a floating village, and while that would be a super cool build to do, we could do maybe something like steampunky, just floating buildings, or I'm not really sure. I haven't put too much thought into it because I don't think it would work with the mechanics. You have to find a way to get the merchant and the nomads up to a floating village, and you would either have to build like a bridge going up from the surface to the village itself, and at that point it's not really floating anymore. Plus, that's quite a long way for them to travel. By the time they'd actually get up to the top of the village, it would probably be nighttime. You could either do that, or you'd have to make a giant 240 by 240 platform to build the village on and make it look good. That's a very difficult task to do in survival. 240 by 240, by the way, because that is a village size, and if I want them to spawn at the top right there, I'd have to fill in the entire village border, which I think is the size of it. So that's just a very, very large amount of work for very little payoff in my eyes. So that's why we're not doing the floating village. Certainly would be cool. I've had some great in-depth suggestions of stuff I could do with that from you guys. So hey, maybe at some point you'll see it, just not really in a rush. And same goes with the next one. However, this one I would probably be more likely to do than the floating village because I think it would be a little bit easier. And that is an underwater village. Now, the main reason I'm not doing this, and it kind of goes the same way with the spawning and just having it be TekTopia be a little bit more difficult, but the main reason I'm not doing an underwater village is because the aquatic update hasn't happened yet. That was 1.13. This is 1.12. It's awfully boring in the oceans. There is nothing down there, and the visibility is also greatly reduced. It got brightened up quite a lot in 1.13, I'm pretty sure. So I'm not sure how interesting an underwater village would actually be. Plus, you know, I gotta clear all the water every time I want to build something with sponges, and it would probably end up being quite a small village. Once again, for quite a lot of work. So yeah, those are the two village types that I've been getting suggested quite a lot, and they would certainly be cool. If this wasn't TekTopia, I would most likely do them. But yeah, just with the situation of this series, they probably wouldn't work all that well. But hey, maybe at some point in the future I'll eat my words with this and actually end up doing them. I'm just prioritizing other village types before that because I think they would be a lot simpler, easier, as well as cooler. They would look better as well. Not only that, but I'm also gonna enjoy it more, and you guys don't really want to watch me build a village if I'm not gonna enjoy it, right? Anyway, I don't know why we're talking about this because it doesn't really matter at the moment. We've only just started our elven fantasy village over here, so we won't have that problem for quite a while. Just wanted to mention it while I keep seeing it in the comments. But regardless, guys, I do still appreciate your suggestions. Please keep them coming. You guys know I love that. Anyway, this is what we have done so far. So you can see we've got all of our crop laid out. We got beetroot over here, still very much ungrown at the moment. Potato, carrot, and then wheat. But I'm sure at some point or another we'll add various other crop fields elsewhere around the village. But for right now, this is probably a good start for a good number of episodes. So yeah, this is the bridge, and I'm actually really quite happy with how this turned out. I just kind of winged this and hoped for the best. I originally planned to do like a zigzag type one up to the top here, but I think this windy staircase actually works pretty well. I think it's wide enough that the villagers aren't going to push each other off, and even if they do, they should be fine. I mean, that's what, let's do a test here actually. Take off my boots. If they fall off the very top, yeah, they only lose 2 hearts. That seemed low, actually. It might be a bit more for them, but yeah, that I think actually looks pretty good, and they shouldn't fall off it that often. And in case you're unsure why I've left this open, it's because this is where the mine is going to go when we do eventually get to build that. I think it's just a nice little spot to shove it in right there. I'm not sure what we actually have around the back here. Yeah, we'll have to go just like directly downwards, I think. Otherwise, they're just going to be digging out to the side of the mountain, which obviously won't be very good. But yeah, that is why the hole is there. And as far as this pathway design is going, I'm not sure if this is what we're going to do throughout the rest of the village. It's just what I've done for now. I just want to do something a little bit different here for a couple of minutes, guys, because I have something really quite cool I want to show you all. So, you know, I used the added on resource pack of Rustic TekTopia created by Neth Robinson. Well, about a month and a half ago, by the time this video goes out, maybe a little bit less than that, basically sometime in July, he updated the pack to include new textures for all of the villagers along here. And I kind of wanted to just showcase this to all of you because they are some really, really well done textures, and I absolutely love them. Not going to be using them in this series just because I don't want to confuse you guys with which villagers are which. You know, we've come to adjust ourselves to what all of them look like. But yeah, if this was just me playing by myself, I'd 100% use these. Maybe if we do a different village style sometime in the future and potentially some of these suit it a little bit more, we could just use them as a one-off. But I just wanted to showcase them for a couple of minutes because I think they are just wonderful. So we're going to start off with the guards over here. I'll try to go through this pretty quickly because there's quite a lot to get through. This is the miners, and as you can see, it's not like massive changes, but just makes them look a bit different. I probably could use this, honestly, and you would understand what all of them are. But yeah, those were lumberjacks, miners. These are farmers. Yes, those are our farmers. I just love how different but the same they look. I don't know, it's really quite cool. These are the blacksmiths. Along here are our ranchers. I mean, let me know, guys, if this is something you like the look of. Maybe we could actually do this for a future village. I probably won't change it halfway through, but maybe if we start off with this texture pack running, could definitely be something to think about. So that's the butcher. This is our enchanter, correct? Yes, these are the enchanters. A texture for the male and female, by the way. He's gone all out with this. It's super cool. This is the chef, as you can probably tell. This is the teacher. Have I got both genders there? Yes, I have. Hard to tell sometimes, they look quite similar, which is good. This is the cleric, yes, there we go. So the pack that I usually run just changes like these icons right here, which is subtle. You know, this isn't really that part of a game, big part of a game. The villagers, we see it all the time. That's why I'm not making that change. I just want to show you guys because this is just super cool. These are the Druids. Let me show you the front of this one. These guys are stood completely still, by the way, because we're not actually inside of a village, so they don't really know what to do and they just freeze up. This is the bard texture, and then the final two along here that I have laid out. This is the nitwit. Looking nice and plain, I'd say that's super easy to understand, and then the children are along there. And then I can quickly show you the nomads because they actually despawn very quickly. So this is the male nomad. I love this one. This is possibly one of my favorite textures. I just think he looks super cool. And then if we can get lucky maybe with the female one, there she is. Okay, Grace Cell, looking very cool. And I'm not sure if the necromancer has a change or not. It would be helpful if I could actually put it on difficulty. I don't think so. No, I'm pretty sure that's the same, but let's save the villagers and actually turn it to peaceful again. So yeah, you can see the nomads disappearing. I just wanted to show you all that because I think it's so cool, and Neth deserves the recognition for this because it obviously took a lot of time. So Rustic TekTopia, I'll put the updated one linked in the description for you to check out. It's really cool. I'd highly recommend it, and just yeah, a massive well done to Neth. This is really cool. It's really cool textures. I said it once, I said it twice, I probably said it a third and a fourth time in this clip, but really cool. We're stopping off at Mecklen's Vale quickly here just to show you what the functional village would actually look like with all of these custom textures, and it looks great for this place. I mean, they fit in so well, and I did actually forget to show you one of them who has just disappeared right now. Merchant, where have you gone? You were just around here. The merchant actually has a texture to look like the wandering trader, and I've lost him. It must have got too late and he's despawned. I've made it back to our village just in time to show you the merchant skin. He looks, yeah, very cool. I like the look of this. Taking a shortcut through the barracks, are we? But anyway, guys, I think that is actually going to do it for today's episodes. The guards are running about like headless chickens, as they always do at nighttime. Not sure what they're running after, but yeah, they're constantly fighting zombies. Haven't had any die or really come close just yet, so hopefully the torch spam is good enough. Also, oh wait, are you going inside? They are! Wonderful! Let's follow him in, actually, or her, and see if she's reading all of the bookshelves, or is she coming to stop a zombie? You've got caught on the end rods. Are these going to be a problem? Please. Alright, might have to rethink that. I'll leave it there for now. I guess I'll have to change up that lamp design if it's going to cause a problem. It's probably only just there. But yeah, look at them read, doing some research, getting all smart. You go, L'Oreella. Probably said your name wrong there, but already up to 18 intelligence. But yeah, that is awesome. Very happy with how this build turned out, everybody. I hope you guys are too. Thank you ever so much for watching this episode. I really hope you did enjoy it, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. Just punch that torch. Let me place it back. Boop. Bye for now.